thick of the pie, thick of the bag. Meet him a bite, now lacing no beamer. I'm Brian O'Connor, driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way it been made it, the is mad. Hitting them baggins, I'm all in my bag. I ain't holding around, just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for it out. She don't give a. She was in her bag. Fendi and some lane hags for a burger. Watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation. We was on roll like tires. What we gon' let? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis really running the best.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And on the ground they go with a running back. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Watson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. It's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 46. Winston being chased out left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. A dump underneath to Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Again, it's Winston. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Lavonte David in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Buccaneers have it.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, Winston. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Now a first down throw. Watson escaping the pressure right. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's Winston. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. What do we got?
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
4 down. Here we go, even. Green, Trevor C. Dot. 125, Dot.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flushed out right.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Brian Anger now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Through. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Amaro's got it, left side. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. From the gun, here's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Dancing to his left. And a catch right side by Evans. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Hey, let's get it working. Hey, sub. Let's go. Hey, sub. Let's go. Green, triple C.
Winston now to throw on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So,
and Winston lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So out come the Bucs now.
Ready. Blue 80.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Brian Orakpo. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Ready. Blue 80.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Winston now. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Forced out to his left. And he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He got 29 yards that time. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Jameis now on 1st down. Airing this one out for Evans. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
4 down. 5 low. Hey, 5 on the 50.
Now Winston. 20. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys.
And Winston lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Now they try the right side here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. First down, Winston. Caught right side, Tate. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. To the air again with Winston. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Brian Orakpo. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Back to throw, Watson, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Third and long. It's Watson. And he's going to go down again. Quan Alexander in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be taken at the 10. Flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. From the gun, Winston. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Brian Orakpo in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Green, triple C.
Jameis to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's convert.
To throw is Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Jones breaking from the contact. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Hey, sub.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. A dump underneath to Jones. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Let's go now. Hey, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? They made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And now out comes Houston. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vinny Curry. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Back now in Tampa. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Lavonte David in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Lavonte David in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Come back!
To throw is Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Richmond.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Buying time to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Throwing again is Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson and the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From the red zone now, Watson. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. After the run, Watson going to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Winston here to throw. Out to his left. And I think the ball's out. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Hey, sub. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Escaping the press, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as it comes with exactly 1 minute to go in the football game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Ready. Blue ready.
Here's Winston. Being chased out left. And some space here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
On 3rd down, Winston steps away to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Winston now. Dancing to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They